Hello, my name is Corey Gatson, and I'm an undergrad student at City College Center for Worker Education. This video is for Social Psychology course number 24704 with Dr. Sohail Zaid Mohammed, also known as Dr. Z. The purpose of this video is to introduce a new theory from a social psychology perspective that is based on two existing theories. The first theory is the theory of planned behavior. According to this theory, intention, the perceived likelihood of engaging in a behavior, is the most important determinant and immediate predictor of that behavior. Intention, in turn, is determined by the combination of three factors. The first factor is the attitude towards the action or behavior. That's a person's belief that a certain behavior makes a positive or negative contribution towards that person's life. The second is subjective norm. This focuses on everything surrounding the person, including their social network, cultural norms, and group beliefs. The third factor is perceived behavioral control. What this expresses is a person's belief on how easy or how hard it is to display certain behaviors. The effects of background or precursor variables on intention are assumed to be mediated by these factors. The theory predicts that a positive attitude towards the behavior, plus a favorable social norms, plus a high level of perceived behavioral control are the best predictors for forming a behavioral intention and will lead to that displayed behavior. Let's look at an example. A young black male who is in his last year of high school is deciding whether he should go to college, which he believes will enhance his opportunities. That's the attitude. Both of his parents did not go to college, and his older friends who did go to college did not finish. That's the subjective norm. The young man may begin to question his abilities on whether to go to college, whether college is for him, or whether or not he has what it takes to finish school. The next theory is the self-affirmation theory. This theory says that a person often experiences a self-image threat after engaging in an undesirable behavior, and they can compensate by affirming another aspect of the self. Threaten people's self-concept in one domain, and they will compensate either by refocusing or by doing good deeds in some other domain. Self-affirmation theory proposes that individuals are motivated to protect the perceived integrity and worth of the self. Although self-integrity can vary across cultures and groups and situations, it generally refers to the sense that one is a moral and social suitable person. When one's sense of self-goodness is an important life domain is undermined, self-integrity is threatened. Many responses to threats to self-integrity involves defensive psychological alterations aimed at denying, rejecting, or transforming the threat in order to restore self-worth. These defensive reactions might include self-serving attributions, outgoing derogation, or overzealous beliefs. However, because the function of defensiveness is to selectively attend to those aspects of a situation or event that support self-esteem and to reject threatening aspects, it distorts one's perception of reality and thereby undermines the ability to learn from the experience. For example, in conversation when a white person makes a microaggressive statement such as, "You're pretty for a dark-skinned girl," and they are called out for being racist, they may deflect by making a statement such as, "I can't be racist, I have black friends." I applied these two theories of social phenomenon to my own theory, which is called the world as you see theory, or W.A.Y.S. This theory proposes that individuals who are raised in a conditioned environment view the world through a lens that they only can relate to. For example, a black child growing up in a poor environment that is only exposed to gang violence, drug dealers, and public deaths become desensitized to these factors as if they were normal. It leads them to believe or to become either a gang member or a drug dealer or someone incapable of leaving this environment because it's all they know and it's all that they can relate to. Another example is a child growing up in an affluent environment who's only exposed to getting their way, surrounded by others who are able to do the same, develops a distortion of reality where consequences are concerned. You may recall Lori Loughlin, the actor from the television show Full House, who paid bribes to get their kids into college and was only sentenced to 2 months and had to pay hefty fines, and this was for a felony, and that's all. That was the penalty. In both examples, neither person can relate to the other despite they could be living only within 5 miles of each other. That said, our experiences and the experiences of those closest to us and those of the same community contribute to the conditioning and how we see the world. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.